What's going on, guys? I got another knife review here for you. This is of just a beast of a knife. This is the Crusader Forge Metro Tactical. This particular version has the 3D KG gun coat on it. It's just a beautiful piece. Makes this titanium, makes the blade really look like it's 3D cut or ground. But this is all just a gun coat finish. So this is actually smooth titanium. If you kind of show it this way, you can see there's no cuts or no beveling, no machining on the blade or anything. I mean, there is obviously the primary grind as well as the edge grind, but yeah, all this is gun coat, so you can kind of just see the artistic work on here. On the front scale, you've got this full slab of carbon fiber. I mean, just look at how thick this carbon fiber is. It's just ridiculous. And carbon fiber is a very strong material, as most of you guys all know. So to have a slab this thick of carbon fibers is pretty insane. So I actually just opened up this knife today, and I have to say this knife is absolutely insane. This is literally a fixed blade. Well, not literally, but man, it feels every bit as strong as a fixed blade. My only other fixed blade is my Strider. This guy right here. Obviously this is a smaller fixed blade. This is the Dwayne Dwyer Custom with Tom Clark, and but man, this thing is just insane. The handle, due to its thickness, makes for an extremely comfortable handle. All the cutouts and curves on the carbon fiber, where your index fits in this, where the frame lock comes out or comes down as it's deployed, just really comfortable. And then kind of, for me at least, the pocket clip sits right in between the space of my index finger and my middle finger. And man, this is just such an incredible blade. It's just so funny, going through, collecting, these blades and all that kind of stuff. The first time I handled a Sebenza, I thought this was like an overbuilt, not massive blade, but just how strong and how beefy. Like I used to call a Sebenza beefy, and now I think that this is a delicate gentleman's folder. This is how far we've come. Coming from a tenacious to a Sebenza, and then. And then handling a Strider, SMF in particular, but this one is S&G. These are all considered hard use folders, and by all means they're more than capable as folders and probably as hard use folders, but it's just so scary that I would call an S&G, a lightweight now, Again, like I've seen people prying with S&Gs and chopping and batoning with S&Gs, and they hold up just fine, but yeah, now the S&G seems like a total lightweight in my eyes. I did get like the Satu. The Satu definitely this is definitely a hard use folder. Gigantic blade, 4 inches, 10-ounce blade. The Crusader Forge is comparable, if not even more beefy and more stout than the Satu here. And then you've got the Farid Mare with S90V, also just a hard use folder. All three of these blades right here are 0.2 inches thick. So the blades themselves are 0.2 inches thick. These two having S30V, this one's S90V, and then you've got the Hinder. First time I handled XM24, I thought it was just insanely beastly as well. And then you have the reputation of Emerson being a hard use folder, but you're talking about 0.125 inches of 154 cm versus these just stout, full stout blades. in these knives, particularly these four, I guess, you know, are probably my hardest user folders right now. You know, more so than zero tolerance, more so than my Striders and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, going back to the Crusader Forge, you know, Crusader Forge is just one of those knives that defines hard use. Whether it be their FIFPs, whether it be their Viz Tacticals. I'm not sure what Viz stands for, but you know, they're just beastly knives. You know, huge titanium frame locks, these huge clips. I actually had a guy offering me the FIFP XL version, which is a full 12-inch folder. The blade is 5.5 inches, and I'm already thinking, man, if this thing is already this big, I can only imagine how crazy that XL would be like. I'm I'm contemplating whether or not I want to do it or not. Kind of like, you know, it's like an Espada XL or something. So anyway, this knife is I'm kind of speechless actually, you know, but just to tell you how like ridiculously overbuilt this knife is. You know, these torque screws right here, I believe are T25. I don't even have a T25 torque screw. The biggest I have is a T15. You know, so you know, on this carbon fiber, just look at the size of this pivot. You know, here's a Hinderer pivot next to this, you know, the Crusader Forge pivot. Pivot's incredibly stout. You got these gigantic thumb studs, you know, on this knife. But basically, I don't know. I mean, I actually haven't carried this knife yet, so I can't say how it performs. I really don't know if I'm going to or not, because I really do see this as a piece of art, you know, in my collection. And I'm not sure how long I'm going to keep it, or if I'm going to trade this one or sell it off, but just an insanely stout and amazing blade here. I really, you know, I haven't even looked on the inside in terms of what's going on inside, but I believe these are, I think they're phosphor bronze, or actually they might be Teflon washers. So I think Teflon washers, and inside obviously it's not going to be milled out with, you know, from anything on here. Carbon fiber is all one solid piece. Titanium is one solid piece. You know, there you see the standoffs, you know, on this blade too. Just two gigantic, I think they're titanium spacers or standoffs here. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about this knife. It's just, you know, reminiscent of the Peter Rossetti that I used to have with the you know, carved out carbon fiber. Not quite an Anzo pattern here, but very organic carbon fiber, stout blade, and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of show this off. If I do carry this or do use this, you know, I'll have a further review. But basically, you know, this is the definition of a crazy, just hard use knife. I think this could withstand, you know, anything that you would throw at it. So I mean, you could probably say that about pretty much any blade as well. But this in particular, once you get this in your hands, you're just gonna I seriously think your jaw is just gonna drop, you know, when you handle this knife. Just absolutely a beast of a knife. I mean, you just listen to that clack. This is the detent clack. This is not the deployment clack. That's just insane. You know, this is closing the knife, and that's how loud it is. You know, let alone like opening. You know, it's just such it just whacks with authority. So, anyway, that's it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and you guys take care. I'll see you guys in the next vid. Bye.